Ah, hey guys, I just hurt my foot. The back of my foot, every time I lay down or I wake up, it hurts when I first start walking for the first 10 minutes, and I feel like there's something wrong with the back of my foot.
In honor of the
So I
coming
think I need
holiday.
to see a podiatrist. Anyways, never mind. Maybe I'll just have my foot amputated because I'm dirt poor. And Jesus doesn't love me.
NASA dubbed it the Christmas.
Anyways, this is the second to last day of Live's Holiday Family Cookie Contest, where we're going to talk about cookies. And Leslie Jones is a comedian that's not promoting anything. She just probably lives in New York. Is like, I got no one to talk to. I'll go to the show and I'll just give them a little flavor so they can say they woke. My dad gave me a turkey on my birthday for Christmas. He gave me $2 in food stamps. I was like, what am I going to do with this, Dad? And then he gave me a guitar and said, be a musician. I said, I don't like music playing. I like music listening. I don't even know what that was. A little Chris Rock from it at the end. December 21st, 2023, Season 2, Episode 76 of the Filet Blanc. Streaming, podcast, whatever. There's the North Star. We're going to look at that. And then we're going to make out with each other virtually. I'll get started.
And finally tonight, a very cosmic Christmas. NASA dubbed it the Christmas Tree Cluster. It's a group of young stars between just 1 and 5 million years old in our galaxy, the Milky Way. Though they're 2,500 light years away, scientists were able to view the tree-shaped constellation from the Hubble and the James.
Because I didn't say my good luck for a prayer.
And finally tonight, a very cosmic Christmas. NASA dubbed it the Christmas Tree Cluster. It's a group of young stars between just 1 and 5 million years old in our galaxy, the Milky Way. Though they're 2,500 light years away, scientists were able to view the tree-shaped constellation from the Hubble and the James Webb Space Telescopes. In honor of the coming holiday, NASA released enhanced images of the Christmas tree cluster and even added an animated version. Though you can't see it from your backyard, you can view the Christmas tree cluster on NASA's website. Ho, ho, ho. That's Nightline. You can watch all of our full episodes on Hulu. We'll see you right back here same time tomorrow. Thanks for staying up with us. Good night, America.
More Americans choose ABC News, America's #1.
Dad, it's here.
On my way.
Think he'll like it? Well, it's custom made, just for him.
It's a beaut, Wally. It's a beaut.
If I was Santa Claus, I would take a shit all over that chair and then I'd give it to charity.
Cluster on NASA's website.
What are the names of your 3 triplet daughters? Based on how they act with all the boys at school.
Ho, ho, ho. That's Nightline. You can watch all.
Thank you. Thank you. Now, Goofy, hey!
Christmas. Christmas.
It's live with Kelly and Mark. Today, actor, author, and comedian Leslie Jones. Plus, our holiday family cookie countdown continues with our very own live family producer, David Mullen. Also, the co-host opened up the holiday inbox to check in with the holiday viewer. All that on Live. And now, here are Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelo.
Good morning, Thursday, December 21st, 2023.
Well, this is it. This is it.
If you haven't done your shopping yet, you're in trouble.
This is where you start going to the CVS.
No, this is when you start re-gifting.
No.
The old re-gift,
No, this
where you
is-
find something that somebody gave you last year, and you're like, I don't don't like it that much. Sometimes it's still in the box.
Is that what you do?
I've never done that, but I have had stuff like I put it into my office because I'm like, and then it's there and I haven't used it all year. I'm like, I'm not going to use it. I'm going to give it
I've
away.
seen gifts that I've given to you still wrapped in your office, by the way. FYI.
Because for me, it's not about the gifts. It's about being together as a family.
Says the man who has not shopped for a gift in 30 years.
That is not true. That is not true. We did say that we're not going to give each other anything this year.
And we're not.
Right.
I'm going
to hold you to it.
I did. I told you I got you some stocking stuffers.
I know,
but they're essentials.
Are you sure? Because they never are.
I swear to you, they are essentials. A lot of people don't know that I've been working on a secret collab. A secret collab with Taylor Swift for some time. People don't know about it. Even Taylor doesn't know about it. That's it. But one unhappy customer did not enjoy. They ordered, this person's sister ordered some pajamas on Amazon from the Taylor Swift Eras tour. And she says, my sister ordered some pajamas on Amazon, and there's this random lady on the Red Era. Now, that's not just any random lady. That's not any random lady. That is the random lady. Huh? Yes, Gilman, that is, in fact, me when I did my secret, so top secret, even Taylor doesn't know about it.
And she was bummed about it.
Oh, yeah, this lady was bummed.
Did she get her money back?
Well, I hope so. She was very peeved. It got 232,000 views.
A lot of comments. A lot of people.
A lot of comments. Yeah. People are outraged at this random lady.
Did the comments know who she was?
Well, a lot of people are speculating that it could be.
Speculating.
Yeah, like ask your mom,
Kelly.
I know exactly what this is from. This is from a photo shoot I did when I was on a sitcom called Hope and Faith from before you were born.
Oh, yes.
Most of you. It's been 20 years.
And I was on the American Airlines in-flight magazine cover. That's right. They used to have magazines on American Airlines.
And you were singing?
Back when you were just a twinkle in your pappy's eye. Okay? I'm not just some random lady. I'm this random lady. The random lady.
Did you hear about this bull that got loose in the New Jersey train tracks over the last week?
That's not unusual for New Jersey.
No, it's weird. We have a video.
Yeah.
Yeah, that.
So
is...
that's normal. That's called Tuesday in New York. Ricardo, the Texas Longhorn bull, wakes up in an animal sanctuary. So he escaped a slaughterhouse.
Oh, yay!
Caused a lot of chaos in New Jersey. Shut down the tracks and at Penn Station out there and at Newark's Penn Station for 45 minutes. But Ricardo he ran for it. He made a good one. Good for you, Ricardo.
And I want to say, go to hell, Ricardo. Because of you, do you know how many starving children around the world now will not be getting their steaks? You know what? That is selfish because of you escaping your ultimate destiny by our Lord Jesus Christ, there are hundreds of cowboys that will not be eating T-bone steaks, porterhouses, filet mignons, ribeyes, and hamburger. Okay, how many kids in Montana and Wisconsin and Kentucky will not be able to have their hamburger helper? They'll just be eating helper. That is so selfish.
Caused a lot of chaos in New Jersey. Shut down the tracks and at Penn Station out there and at Newark's Penn Station for 45 minutes. But Ricardo he ran for it. He made a good one. Good for you, Ricardo. Good for you, Ricardo. Hey, listen. An annoyed bride debates charging no-show fee after guests RSVP yes. then canceled days before the wedding.
Wow.
This lady had 10 guests pull out last minute.
Were they sick?
I don't know.
No.
To the interstate wedding. Some of them just didn't want to travel that far. And she's now wondering if she should charge them a no-show fee. I guess that's a lot of money. You guys are in favor of the no-show fee?
Yeah. Well, I've heard this story before. Not this exact one, but a similar story. And I don't think it was a no-show fee. What it was it was a bride that people RSVP'd and didn't show up to the wedding. And it wasn't charging. She wasn't charging them a no-show fee. What she was doing was asking them to pay for the food that they didn't eat. The food that she spent, her husband spent, their parents spent, because they were expecting 200 people and they only got 180, and they spent money on 20 meals, which could have been, and you know, when the food, that's salad, soup, could have been $50. They might have spent an extra $1,000 on food for people that didn't show up. You know what I mean? And they pay for the space to set up the table. You know, that's a whole other table. Setting up that table, maybe they get charged for that. Maybe they got to open up the room more, which now you got to rent out the whole room. Now, she didn't charge them a no-show fee like I'm charging you $100 or I'm charging you $50 or whatever. She basically said, you RSVP'd, we paid for the food for you to eat, you didn't show up, we would like our money back. And that's what she did. And it was a whole thing, and I don't know, this might have been like 8 years ago. I heard this on a show called Official Hollywood Live.
That far. And she's now wondering if she should charge them a no-show fee. I guess.
I mean, the truth is, you can do whatever you want, but just as long as she you should really got to think this out and think: is my relationship, or my friendship, or my acquaintanceship with this person worth risking the loss? I don't know. Is it worth losing my friendship or relationship with this person over $50 or $100? If it's someone that someone you work with that you don't really care about, you could. But just think, she could do whatever she wants, and if she wants to, God bless her, and I encourage her to follow her heart. But I hope this doesn't backfire, and then all of a sudden she loses possible 30 years of future friendship with someone because this creates a grudge, and now you lose a friend of 10 years or 20 years, or you miss out on memories. Is it worth that? Because maybe what you do is the friends that you do hang out with outside of work, or you see that your better friends, you're the ones that you might go out to dinner with, hang out with, go on vacation with. If they're a special friend to you, maybe you don't just charge them, but maybe you like bring it up next time at dinner. It's like, it'd be nice if you guys picked up the bill since you kind of left us hanging at our wedding. Do something like that. Make a joke out of it. Don't just charge them like you're a credit card company and they're a product, You're a customer.
Some of them just didn't want to travel that far. And she's now wondering if she should charge them a no-show fee. I guess that's you guys.
I'm sorry, gotta go right here.
You guys are in favor of the no-show fee?
Yeah. That's an applaud to yes. Yes.
Yes. No.
So before we get to this, I just have to ask you this.
Okay.
How early would you say on average you get up in the morning? Would you say you're an early riser?
I am.
And would you say you're a very early riser for the most part?
I would say 5-ish.
Okay.
I would say 7:15. Sometimes I wake up at 7:30. Always before 8. Sometimes before 7. It's usually before 7:45, but always before 8. But sometimes I wake up as early as 6:15 or 6:40. Sometimes I wake up at like 5 o'clock and I can't really go back to sleep. But I would say an average of like 7:15 is a good quarter interval estimate of when I wake up on the average. What about you? Put in the chat room and share it. What's the average time you wake up in the morning, Monday through Friday, and on weekends, or days you work and days you don't work? Let me know. I want to know. It makes my holidays worth celebrating next year so I don't kill myself.
You
could save my life by answering this question. And like this video and subscribe.
Than most people.
Hold on. I didn't hear what Kelly said because I was trying to convince you to save my life so you don't feel guilty.
I would say 5-ish.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you have more Neanderthal in you than most people.
Clearly.
You had, now correct me if I'm wrong, you had your DNA tested years ago,
I did.
right? Like the earliest DNA test.
Yeah, I remember that.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you remember if it tested for whether or not you were
Neanderthal?
And what percentage Neanderthal you were?
I don't know. Are we going to do that?
Do you think we can figure that out? I'd love to.
Why don't we just get another test?
All right, I guess we could do that.
Yeah, they do that. That's part of the regular.
I want to find out what percentage of I've always suspected that he was high level.
Taking that test isn't going to help your plan when you try to kill your family in 12 years.
Why don't we just get another test?
All right, I guess
You're not
we
going to
could.
get away with
That's
it.
part of the regular.
I want to find out what percentage.
Allegedly.
I've always suspected that he was a high level of Neanderthal.
What's high?
caveman.
2%? 4%?
Okay. But
Yeah.
they're
Be woke,
saying
Kelly.
that the early risers have
Come on, Kelly, get with it. Neanderthal is racist. It's insensitive. You got to say caveman.
Okay. But they're saying that the early risers have a closer link to Neanderthals than the rest of us.
I would agree.
What if you're forced to be an early riser because of your job?
By a Neanderthal.
That doesn't count.
It doesn't
That
count.
doesn't affect your genetics.
It doesn't affect my genetics. So I'm
Probably.
I'm not a Neanderthal in Neanderthal's clothing.
Yeah. Well, we all have a certain percentage. Yeah.
I'm just this randomly. Could be my favorite tweet of the entire.
Who is that lady?
decade. My favorite ever. Well, look, it's that time of year again. It's time to vote for our viewers' choice clips of the year.
Oh my God, I love this time of the year. I thought you were going to play the nominees on the show. Fuck you then. I'm not going to the website.
Favorite trivia dancer, celebrity walkout, and so much more. So go vote now.
Mm-hmm. I've got a very good feeling about this year. I have a feeling that
I guarantee you the category of celebrity walkout is a category that was invented to support Andy Cohen, their good friend. Because who walks out on fucking shows, right? A celebrity walkout. Who the fuck is walking out? It's obviously no one's walking out as a character on a show. This is all reality stuff. And it's all going to be, all the celebrity walkout nominees are going to be from Vanderpump Rules and Scandival, probably the Scandival reunion, and Real Housewives. It's all going to be Real Housewives and Vanderpump Rules episodes. And it's just basically the Andy Cohen cock-sucking, dick-licking, fucking ass-sniffing, favor beneficial award of the year.
Mm-hmm.
They made that up just to promote Andy's shows.
I've got a very good feeling about this year. I have a feeling that you and I will take home one of the coveted awards.
Are they they're not the rallies, right? Are they rallies? No, what are they called?
We don't do the rallies anymore.
No,
These are now called Viewers' Choice.
Viewers' Choice. Okay.
On today's show, Leslie Jones is here.
And he's back. He's back. Our holiday family cookie countdown continues with the recipe for chocolate oatmeal lace cookies. Oh my gosh, from our producer, David Mullen. He's all dressed up. He looks very nice.
Dave Mullen is an actual baker. And when he bakes something, he does it with love and passion and a precision. And he actually, you know how you follow a recipe in a cookbook and then you make it and you're like, is this even the same thing? Dave makes the recipe and it looks better than the photograph in the cookbook.
And it tastes good too.
And it tastes good.
It tastes really, really good.
All right, it's the real reason you all showed up today. It's time to play.
Let's say hello to Diane Rommel from Rosenberg, Texas, who watches the show on KTRK. Good morning, Diane. How are you?
Good morning. I'm great. Good morning, Kelly and Mark.
Good morning,
Good
Diane.
morning. Hey, that's a great photo of you. Where are you in this photo?
That's in Orange Beach, Alabama.
Oh, how nice.
Very, very nice. All right.
Thank you.
Hey, is that one of those beaches where they have alligators and sharks?
We didn't see any.
Oh, okay.
We saw dolphins, but
Oh, that's nice. Well,
that's
then
great.
probably
That's very
neither
lucky.
of the other two.
Yeah, that's very, very lucky. All right, you know how this game works, right? You've given us two
I do.
statements. One is true, one is false. I have 60 seconds to decide which is the truth. If you stump me, you win this. And this. All right, here are Diane's two statements. I have 4 children named in alphabetical order, or I met rock singer Alice Cooper in an elevator.
Ooh.
All right.
The first question I have is when you say I have 4, and I know this is my first impression guess with no questions or clues. I guess I would say that she met rock singer Alice Cooper in an elevator. But again, people like talking about their children. Well, if I were Mark, the first question I would ask is, when you say alphabetical, you have 4 children in alphabetical order. Do you mean that one of them's name starts with an A, one of them starts with a B, one starts with a C, and the other one starts with a D, like Albert, Benjamin, Christopher, Daniel? Or do you mean that their names are in alphabetical order from oldest to youngest, meaning the oldest names is the first alphabetically. So the oldest child's name could be Francis, and the second, it doesn't have to start with an A, it could be Francis, but the second oldest name is Jerry, and the third oldest name is Martin, and the fourth one, his name is Yucky. So that just means the oldest is first alphabetically. And I would ask her that and then say, name your kids. And then, obviously he'll do that. But people like talking about their kids as the right answer on Stump Mark. I got to say, I'm hoping she does that, because meeting Alice Cooper in an elevator, maybe you saw him in concert and you were a fan and you want to incorporate your favorite singer into a clue. I'm going to say the truth is you met rock singer Alice Cooper in an elevator. And the lie is you have 4 children named in alphabetical order. I have a strong feeling I'll get this wrong, because I think people love involving their children and their spouses into the truthful answer, because it's going to be on TV and then they record it on their VCRs. Trust me, they're old enough to have VCRs. They're fans. They're all like old women that.
First off,
90% are
name
old
your
women.
Kids, go.
Amy, Brian, Karen with a C, and David.
That's a lie. It's Karen with a K.
Okay. Which
It's a
one's
lie.
your favorite?
Yeah.
Karen. Karen, because she's a girl.
The fifth.
All right.
David is her favorite, I can tell.
And okay. And is there any particular reason you did it that way?
We just started with the first one with Amy, and then we had Brian, and we were looking at the letters and said, oh, well, let's name the next one with a C.
And you went kind of non-typical way of spelling Karen, right? With a C.
Yes.
Okay.
I have a girlfriend named Karen with a C.
Yeah, I like it. I like that spelling.
Mhm.
It's really nice.
And
Does your daughter Karen now resent you for giving her the name Karen now because of the association that goes along with the word Karen in today's woke generation of being like do people now make fun of her and treat her like she's a pesky old, white woman that complains about everything and like.
what was Alice Cooper like off stage?
Well, we met him on an elevator, our hotel. We were in Lafayette, Louisiana.
She didn't ask you where did you meet him. She didn't ask you what state were you in. She didn't ask you, tell me the story. What was he like? What was his personality like? And you totally avoided the question. That usually shows that that's a lie, because this is a pre-planned answer. And like you're reading off the piece of paper, like, oh, well, let me just tell you the fictional story. She asked, what was he like? Not tell me the story. So maybe that's the lie. And the children are correct, because I could see the children. I could see the children being correct, And the reason why she chose that is because when she says she anticipated Mark was going to ask the question about the names. And when she said Karen with a C, she thought that they would think that's bogus. No one names their kid with a C. That's the lie. Karen is a K name. And so she thought that once they heard C, they'll say that's the lie. And it really is the truth. That means Alice Cooper is the lie. So I'm going to change my answer and say after clues, post clues and questions, I'm going to change it from my initial premature ejaculation guess and say that I met rock singer Alice Cooper is a lie because she's just telling a story that doesn't even answer the question that Kelly asked. It's almost like this girl is one of the nominees for the Republican primary, and she's been at the Republican debate because she just basically says a whole bunch of stuff she memorized. So, Mr. Candidate, let me ask you, what are your policies going to be on border control and serving meat on Wednesdays in the states that start with a vowel? Well, when I came to this country, China was a powerhouse, and I proved that, and I want to show that our troops will defend a country that is being attacked. Wait, that's not what I was talking about. There's nothing to do with my question. I want to serve this country and be a man of honor, and I will get everything. No. You're avoiding the question, or you're not paying attention. I think I'm going to switch it and say that she has 4 children named in alphabetical order, and the reason why she said that is because Karen with a C sounds weird. She thought that threw him off. But I don't know if Mark will get that. And the one thing I would ask, too, is, like, is Amy the old? Amy is the oldest. Brian is second. Yeah, so she did. So it does go from in chronological and alphabetical order. It would have been cool. She threw in, I have 4 children in chronological order named in alphabetical order. But I digress. Let's see what happens. I'm changing my answer. I very rarely do that. But this is post clues.
Later, our hotel. We were in Lafayette, Louisiana, visiting a friend, and we were leaving, and he walks in to the elevator with his wife, and he still had like his dark eye makeup around his eyes.
Yeah.
And we thought, okay, this guy, we didn't recognize him at first. We thought, but he's got to be somebody famous. So later on, I Googled to see who was playing in Lafayette, Louisiana, and he was playing that night. And so I said, whoa, we just saw Alice Cooper.
Okay, I believe that did happen. But I also believe that happened to somebody else.
Yeah.
I do. I believe, wait a minute, what do I believe? What do I believe today? Any guesses? All right.
This
okay.
is not my game.
This is not your...
I'll tell you why he changed his answers, because he said, I don't think that's true. I don't believe that happened, but I believe it happened to someone else. And then she laughed and made a noise. And then he stopped and said, well, wait, what do I believe? Because now that laugh and the noise influenced him, and he's trying to decipher that laugh. Is that a laugh of someone who thinks she won and thought that was my official guess? So when I said, I don't think that happened, I think it happened to someone else, but like it didn't happen to you, that she was kind of like, yeah, like a laugh, like, oh, like I won, but she was holding it in. Did she give it away? And that's what he's thinking, that she was about to prematurely celebrate. So he wants to change his answer. Or is she laughing because, and he's trying to dissect, is that laugh more likely for someone who prematurely laughed because they won, or laughed because they laughed like how they laughed at how he figured it out? You know what I mean? Like when you call a magician and say there's a slit in the hat and there's a rabbit in there that we can't see, and you go, like what the hell? How'd you get that? Like she's like, oh my god, that did. She laughed because she was thinking, you're right, that did happen to someone else. Like, oh my gosh, like you got that. Like that did happen to a friend. That makes people laugh. And now he's trying to decipher that, but he's stalling, making it seem like, let me break down everything. He's just paying attention to the laugh and seeing, should I cheat or should I not cheat? Because he thinks he's got it right. But we'll see if she planned that laugh or if it was authentic. It had to be authentic, but why did she laugh? Could be 50-50. He's overthinking it. He'll get it wrong. It is true that she has 4 children named in alphabetical order. That's my final answer. And like the video, if you agree.
I think you met Alice Cooper in the elevator.
You're right.
Just like I said at the beginning of the show, beginning of the segment, simple logic and common sense, no clues, no questions. 2 seconds, the answers are up. I think about it logically from a perspective of her, from a perspective of Alice Cooper, and past appearances. You have data in front of you. The answer's right in front of your face. All you got to do is lick it. I win. I do it again. I got to tell you, I'm like 11 for my last 15. I'm killing it. This guy thinks he's good. Yeah, sure you are. Yeah, and you got hired on Days of Your Lives because you were a good actor. Yeah, how many daytime Emmys were you nominated for in your role of Matteo? Yeah. 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 She gave it away with her laugh.
I think you met Alice Cooper in the elevator.
Ah, you're right.
Sorry, you didn't win the mug or the t-shirt. But you still have a chance to win a valuable trip. It's time to fall into the holidays travel trivia.
That's a cute sweater. Yeah. That's Tammy Thomas from Carlton, Georgia.
Where'd you get that sweater from? Well, my name is Mary, and when my mom filled my name out on the birth certificate, she didn't know how to spell because she's from the United Kingdom. And so I just got stuck with this name spelled the wrong way. All right. This is now where I dance like the girl, and you have to rate me. Ooh, I'm going to do this again so you can see my pants. I know you guys have been commenting on my pants.
That's a cute sweater.
Yeah, that's a cute sweater. You know where that sweater will look good? Underneath my bed.
That's a cute sweater. Yeah. That's Tammy Thomas from Carlton, Georgia. They just never see what Diane's playing for. You're playing for a trip to the Galley Bay Resort and Spa in Antigua.
Ooh.
7 days, 6 nights in a deluxe oceanfront room. It's all inclusive. It's a prize valued at $10,000. You have 20 seconds and only one guess to rock out.
All right. Diane, we've had Catherine McPhee on the show. What instrument did Catherine say her son plays?
Ooh, the skin flute. Which is just, it's basically his babysitter's wiener.
He likes to play the drums.
Yes.
Well, I mean, they showed a video, so that's kind of cheating.
We've had Catherine McPhee on the show. What instrument did Catherine say her son plays?
The skin flute, drums.
He likes to play the drums.
Yes. All right.
Congratulations. You and a guest will enjoy 7 days and 6 nights at Galley Bay Resort and Spa. An intimate, all-inclusive getaway. Sediment aquamarine seascape, a powdery white sand beach, and lush gardens. This boutique resort offers breathtaking sunsets, oceanfront dining, a specialty coffee shop, rum shack, yoga pavilion, and so much more. Your prize is valued at approximately $10,000.
Congratulations, Diane.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm so excited.
We're excited for you. Now Mark doesn't feel so
I
bad.
don't feel so bad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know I really wanted that mug.
You can get a t-shirt online, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you can get a version of the t-shirt online.
Yeah, for $70.
And a mug.
Okay.
Calm down, Mark. Now you get to make the day of a lucky member of our studio audience who will receive a Roomba vacuum cleaner from iRobot. Please pick a number between 1 and 131.
92.
10.
Oh.
10. Is that your husband next to you? Yes. Do you do the vacuuming? Oh, yeah, there you go. Dirty foot.
Not anymore.
All right, not anymore. All right. When we return, Leslie Jones is here. Stick
When I first played, my number was like 4. And then
audience who will receive a Roomba vacuum cleaner from iRobot. Please pick a number between 1 and 131.
10.
10.
the sizes go between so the smallest size is the number 1, 2, 3, 4, and the biggest size
Is that your husband next to you? Yes. Do you do the vacuuming? Oh, yeah, there you go. Dirty foot.
Not anymore.
All right, not anymore. All right. When we return, Leslie Jones is here.
and I don't know, for all I know, as a kid, and I complained that the shirt was uncomfortable or whatever. Somehow I got picked to the number 11.
Is that your husband next to you? Yes. Do you do the vacuuming? Oh, yeah, there you go. Dirty foot.
Not anymore.
All right, not anymore. All right. When we return, Leslie.
The third year, I don't know if I got stuck with number 10 and I ended up liking it or.
Do you do the vacuuming? Oh, yeah, there you go. Dirty foot.
Not anymore.
All right, not anymore. All right. When we return, Leslie Jones is here. Stick around.
You know, and maybe after April, I started to like really notice, like, hey, baseball players, they have their own number. Like, I want my own number. And number 10, I'm going to be number 10 next year, and number 10 next year. And I also I like double digits better. I always like the double
Audience
digits.
who will receive a Roomba vacuum cleaner from iRobot. Please pick a number
I
between.
always liked double digits, and I think it was the first one. 10, 11, 12 was 10. Plus, usually 12, there was always a
bad.
I know I really wanted that mug.
You can get a T-shirt online, right?
Yeah.
But I always make sure I got there early.
Yeah, you can get a version of the T-shirt online.
Because my dad handled finding sponsors for all the teams, so he would drive around and try to get companies to sponsor teams and pay money. So he was like in charge of that, and so he always made sure when it was time to pick up jerseys that he went in the box and he saved number 10 for me. And that just became my number. And if there was a kid that had a squeeze,
I know I really wanted that mug.
You can get a T-shirt online, right?
I was tall. I was always
Yeah.
one of the tall.
Yeah, you can get a version of the T-shirt online.
9 and 10.
And a mug.
Okay.
Calm down, Mark. Now you get to make the day of a lucky member of our studio audience who will receive a Roomba vacuum cleaner from iRobot. Please pick a number between 1 and 131.
69, because that's what me and my husband just did 10 minutes ago before you called.
Really wanted that mug.
You can get a T-shirt online, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a
Yeah.
mug, too.
Congratulations, Diane.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm so excited.
We're excited for you. Now Mark doesn't feel so bad.
I don't feel so bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know I really wanted that mug.
Oh, well, too fucking bad. You should have
Your
paid
birthday.
more attention. Oh, that doesn't even make sense, because you should have tried harder. Came up with a better whatever the fuck.
I don't know where that came from.
Watch Freeform's 25 Days of Christmas.
Welcome back, everyone. She's a comedian, an actress, and now, check it out, she's an author. She's been making us laugh for years. Now she takes us behind the scenes in her new memoir, uniquely titled Leslie Blanking Jones.
Okay, it's so crazy because when they told me your husband was going to be here, I was like, oh, I finally get to tell them how much I love. Yo, first of all, I watched you when you was on All My Children.
I know that.
That was like, you were Pork Chop.
Of course.
Right?
We grew up together.
Yes. So then when he came on the show, we were like, oh, Pork Chop is definitely going to get with him.
You knew it. You felt it.
Yeah. And then when they said y'all got married, we was like, yeah, of course. What else?
But you told me that like the first time we met, you were like, I knew before you knew, I knew you were going to marry that man.
Everybody did. Everybody was like, why do they have so many problems? They're made for each other.
Well, it's great to have you back,
Yes,
and welcome back to the show.
What else?
But you told me that like the first time we met, you were like, I knew before you knew, I knew you were going to marry that man.
Everybody did. Everybody was like, why do they have so many problems? They're made for each other.
Well, it's great to have you back, and welcome back to the show. Something very exciting. I know that you went to Beyonce's birthday celebration concert to celebrate your birthday. Of course, you're both Virgos.
Virgos, baby.
Yeah, that is a Virgo energy. Yes. You posted this incredible. You posted this amazing video. I think we have it here.
Yes! Work it, girl! Work it! Yes! Now watch the slide.
Look how good you are.
Oh, I didn't know you had Kevin Hart at your house with you.
Look how good you are.
Yes, baby! 56 and still giving the kicks.
Here's the thing, like you're going to that party, and you know that you have a book tour looming. Does that at all impact your ability to have fun, or were you still able to have the best time of your life?
Girl, that's wrong. Well, I'm going to see Beyonce. There's nothing on your brain but Beyonce. That's all I'm.
Oh my God, what a long day.
Yes, baby! 56 and still giving the kicks.
Here's the thing, like you're going to that party, and you know that you have a book tour looming. Does that at all impact your ability to have fun, or were you still able to have the best
Girl,
time
what the
of your
fuck is
life?
wrong with you?
Girl, that's wrong. Well, I'm going to see Beyonce. There's nothing on your brain but Beyonce. That's all I'm thinking about is like, how's she going to come out on stage? Is she going to see me? Is she going to say, hey?
Did she see you? Did she say
I think she saw Tia. Tia was in front of me, but I act like she saw me.
Yeah.
I was like,
All right, you wrote this funny, inspiring book. Why did you write it now? Why is the time now?
people always ask me that question and they wait for this really intriguing answer. My book agent called me and was like, yo, you want to write a book? I was like, yeah.
That's it.
Let's write a book. That's it.
It's at times, it's like, yes, everybody knows you as a brilliant comedian. You're an extraordinary writer. But at times, this book is brutal. It is a brutal look at your life.
Right.
And everything you had to go through, and I always say this, like, when there is somebody so funny as you are naturally, you are just like you walk into a room with Leslie Blanking Jones or Annette, as I found out. You just feel like your day's going to be better. It's going to be brighter. It's going to be incredible. But there is so much trauma that goes into funny people.
Like trauma, I don't think of it as trauma. I think of it as life.
Life, right?
Like real talk. Like I had things happen to me. Everybody has that life, and that's another reason why I wrote the book, is so you can know that, hey, just because I'm sitting here, looking good in my little boots or whatever, you know what I'm saying? A chick went through some stuff and still came out on the other side.
You talk about moving from Tennessee to California. Was that a big transition for you?
Yes, only because California is a whole different beast. You know, Cali is not for real land. So coming from Memphis, a real place, there were so many things that I had to learn. I had to learn about the gangs. I had to learn that you had.
The longest I'll stay here when I'm not working is like 2 weeks.
Cali is not for real land. So coming from Memphis, a real place, there were so many things that I had to learn. I had to learn about the gangs. I had to learn that you had to be in full.
You had to learn about the gangs. Is that like having to talk with the police?
I'm saying a chick went through some stuff and still came out on the other side.
You talk about moving from Tennessee to California. Was that a big transition for you?
Yes, only because California is a whole different beast.
It looks like they edited something. It looks like she said something that was very vulgar and they had to edit out, but they kept Kelly's head. Because Kelly's laughing like she said something, like Leslie said the P-U-S-S pussy word, or something about like, a girl got some dick sprayed all over her at an improper moment or something like that. Like, I'm sitting here and I'm still grabbing that dick. Or so she made some appropriate joke and Kelly cracked up at the dirty joke.
I don't think of it as trauma, I think of it as life.
Life, right?
Like real talk. Like I had things happen to me. Everybody has that life, and that's another reason
why
Kelly
wasn't laughing.
So you can know that. Hey, just because I'm sitting here, looking good in my little boots or whatever,
Kelly's not laughing.
A chick went through some stuff and still came out on the other side.
And now Kelly's
from
cracking up
Tennessee
like
to California. Was that a big transition for you?
Yes, only because California is a whole different beast. Cali is not for real land. So coming from Memphis, a real place, there were so many things that I had to learn. I had to learn about the gangs. I had to learn that you had to be in full glam to go to high school.
Right.
Because you moved when you were younger. So when you're in high school, 15, 16-year-old girls have to wear like blush and makeup and earrings and probably like $1,000 pair of earrings. No like sterling silver from Claire's Accessories, right?
For you?
Yes, only because California is a whole different beast. Cali is not for real land. So coming from Memphis, a real place. There were so many things that I had to learn. I had to learn about the games. I had to learn.
Look at those crazy eyes. Crazy eyes, Leslie. That's what they called it. Crazy eyes Jones. That's what they called it back in the day. Bitch will stab you for a piece of banana bread.
That you had to be in full glam to go to high school.
Right. Which is, they take it to a whole other level.
Another level. I mean, like they had the Nikes.
Right.
They had Nikes. Like I was like, everybody has Nikes out here?
Yeah, right.
This is crazy, yes.
And you played basketball in high school. Did you ever think that you got a scholarship to college to play basketball? Was that ever a path? Did you see yourself going forward with athletics?
At that time,
you're a big girl boxing out with your booty. I'm getting this rebound. Let me get this rebound. I'll slice you.
Like I was like, everybody has Nikes out here.
Don't mess with me. I don't wear makeup to high school. I'm crazy.
And you played basketball in high school. Did you ever think that you got a scholarship to college to play basketball? Was that ever a path? Did you see yourself going forward with athletics?
At that time, as a kid, you go, okay, what can I do? What can I do to get a scholarship? What am I going to do to make money? And at that time, I was playing basketball. I thought I was going to go overseas, maybe.
Right.
I never thought, there would be a WNBA, and that is just
Extraordinary.
yeah. You guys support it, yo. It's one of the best things for female athletes.
Come on, Kelly, clap your hands.
Man, I mean, I say it all the time. I watch them on the court and I go, wow.
Yep.
If I knew this was going to be something I could look forward to, I would have played better. Maybe.
The advertisers know. The
Yeah,
advertisers are like investing. They're investing.
Because those girls can play now.
Yes, they
Them
do.
girls be playing.
Yeah.
When did you realize you wanted to be a comedian?
Oh, man.
What was the moment?
Okay, I always thought I was a,
Right.
Because
when NBA started, I was still like 27. So I probably had a good 5 or 6 years of me to probably to get in when it first started.
I would have played better.
The advertisers know. The advertisers are like investing. They're investing.
Because those girls can play now.
Yes, they
Them
do.
girls be playing.
Yeah.
When did you realize you wanted to be a comedian?
Oh, man.
What was the moment?
Okay, I always thought I was a, you know how they say class clown.
Yes.
It was so funny. Dolores was asking me, did they used to call you class clown? I was like, they didn't have that term back then. And she was like, what did they call you? I was like, troublemaker.
The disruptor.
Yeah, disruptor.
Very social.
So I never thought I was a comedian. I always thought that I could act like a comedian. I thought I was like a funny actress.
Right.
And
I thought it was a nuisance.
whenever I would watch Richard Pryor and stuff like that, I was like, oh, I could never do that. Like, they are echelon of like what funny is. I go on stage and tell jokes?
Right.
No. Until I got to college and my friends was like, yo, you were funny as hell. Like, and my friend entered me into a contest, so.
Well, we're glad she did. When we
Yeah.
come back, we're going to hear more about Leslie Blanking Jones in just a minute. Stick around.
Still ahead for Live. Producer David Mullen shares his recipe for chocolate sandwich lace cookies.
Hey, my name is Justice, and a little thing I love about Chick-fil-A Nuggets Rays
Is that the chicken nuggets fit really nice up my ass. I don't got to chop them up. They're not too big, not too small. I get pleasure and a little pain, but not pain that hurts. Pain that makes me cry tears of joy.
My friend entered me into a contest, so.
Well, we're glad she did. When we
Yeah.
come back, we're going to hear more about Leslie Blanking Jones in just a minute.
That's just.
Missy Elliott, and so many more.
To be standing here means so much to me.
The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction ceremony, Monday, January 1st on ABC, and stream next day on Hulu.
6'1" when I have confidence. We were just talking about Leslie's height, which we're all jealous of. Early on, you met Jamie Foxx, and he gave you sort of invaluable advice. Can you expound on that a little bit?
It's so weird because every time I talk about that, it's just something that, like, whenever I'm
The
talking about my
advice
life, I
is
go,
that she did like stand up when she was 19 for a showcase or something. She didn't get picked. And he told her, she asked for advice on like, what can I do to be better, be funnier? And his advice was just like to live. Don't do anything. Don't try to do anything. You just don't have any experience in life. You need to live life, and you need fucked up shit to happen to you. You need to live and just have things to happen to you. Because when you live life and go through situations and things happen to you, that's where the material comes from. You haven't lived life long enough to have any good material. You don't got to change anything. You just need to go live, and you have patience, something like that. You need to live and let bad things happen to you naturally, like every other human being, and that's where you'll get your material.
because every time I talk about that, it's just something that, like, whenever I'm talking about my life, I go, wow, who knew I would be on a show?
Right.
And poor Chop.
Poor Chop was asking about my time with Jamie.
That's so crazy. Yeah, when he saw me, I was like 19. I was 19, and he was like, the reason you're not funny is he's like, you got great stage presence, but you don't have nothing to talk about.
Sorry, guys. Looks like this is all fucking up again. Oh, come on. Now my cable box is fucking up.
Plug.
one when I have confidence. We were just talking about Leslie's height, which we're all jealous of. Early on, you met Jamie Foxx, and he gave you sort of invaluable advice. Can you expound on that a little bit?
It's so weird because every time I talk about that, it's just something that, like, whenever I'm talking about my life, I go, wow, who knew I would be on the show?
Right.
And poor Chop.
Poor Chop was asking about my time with Jamie.
That's so crazy. Yeah, when he saw me, I was like 19. I was 19, and he was like, the reason you're not funny is he's like, you got great stage presence, but you don't have nothing to talk about. Like, you just came from high school. Like, you don't have no life experiences. You know, even the jokes you're doing are good jokes, but you don't know how to tell them. You're a child. You know, go live. Go live. Go get your heart broken. Go break some hearts. Go get fired. Go hire. Go get jobs. Go lose jobs. He was like, go live life.
So you did all of that.
Oh, man.
What were some of the jobs?
Yes. Oh, man. Oh, man. I did everything. I sold a perfume in the parking lot. You know, the people that come up to you?
Yes.
I was aggressive, too. I was like, you want this. You want this. You want to smell like this. Buy a bottle. I think I sold 2 bottles because everybody else was just getting their car. They were just getting their car real quick. I was a cook. I was a prep cook. I was a morning cook. I was a bartender. I was a waitress. I was a justice of the peace. I used to marry people.
Oh, wait, tell me about that.
Well, I used to marry
That makes
people.
sense. So you go up to someone in the parking lot and you're allowed, like, you want this perfume? Try this perfume. You want this? Try it here. And the 2 people that you confront both buy a bottle because you got them trapped. But when you do that, people walking out of the store see you and they're like this. They're like, what the hell? Oh, shit. So you can only sell 2 bottles to the 2 people you confront, but you're so loud, everyone else hears you and they stay the hell away from you. Make sure you don't get them. They don't want you to trap them in the corner and be like, what's going on? You like perfume? Smell this. Smell this. Oh, my God, don't take my wallet. I ain't trying to take your wallet. I'm trying to sell you perfume. Okay. Oh, my God. Leslie Jones. You bad.
I was a cook. I was a prep cook. I was a
morning cook.
I was a bartender. I was a waitress. I was a justice of the peace. I used to marry people.
Oh, wait, tell me about that.
Well, I used to marry people, but don't get excited. I didn't know. Okay, first of all, I had watched a lot of TV, so I thought that it says awfully wedded.
Me
wife.
too.
Yeah, so do we.
Me too. So you take this awfully wedded wife. And I was saying it, and the judge that works in the office, he came over to me. He was like, come in my office. And he was like, are you reading the card? And I was like, yeah, I don't need the card. I know it by heart. He was like, you don't know it by heart. He was like, because you're saying awfully instead of lawfully. And I was like, words, that makes so much more sense. Like, I was like, why would you do that? Legally say awfully. It's crazy. And he just looked at me. He was like, get out my office. Just get out.
Maybe it's an all my children thing. If we both thought it was awfully wedded, and you thought it.
And listen. I went to the annulment office. They transferred me to, and all the people that I married, I gave them an annulment too.
You grew up a military brat. Your dad was in the army. What was that like?
Great. My dad was in the army. That's what it is. Like, we moved from place to place.
Was he tough? Was he
was very tough. He was a sergeant. He was very strict. Yeah. Very, like, military. I mean, we did what he said when he was there.
Your dad was a big guy, right?
Yeah. We drove my mom a little crazy because he was always gone, which I didn't know that he was like off in Korea and doing stuff. I didn't know that. He's just daddy to us. Right. When he come back, it was like, we don't care if he was in the forest all night.
Right. Play with us.
Come play.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But he was very tough. He was tall, big, 6'4", 6'5", very, very serious man.
Yeah.
Yes.
But your mom, she held it down.
Oh, man, my mom was a gangster. Yeah, I was more scared of my mom than my dad. Look at that afro, though. Look at the afro.
It's a good afro.
I hated that. I was so mad. My mom put sponge rollers in.
Look at that. Look at my nappy-ass afro, and look at my mom's straight hair. Look at my hair. Look at my afro, and look at my mom's straight hair. I was like, Mom, how come my hair ain't straight as like yours? She was like, don't worry about it. You'll find out when you're in high school. I'll tell you when you're older. I don't understand. My mom had this straight ass hair. I got this curly ass afro growing out a big ball. Her stuff's growing long, like I didn't know it was a wig. But you notice when she told the bit about the perfume, to be able to tell that bit successfully, she had to recall in her mind what she really did in real life. You can't tell that joke the same way and have the same effect when you're saying, I think this is what people in the streets selling perfume would do, or I've seen people selling them. I think this is what they're thinking or how they act. You have to put yourself in that position. Therefore, there's a level of authenticity, which is the foundation of the joke, and that translates to the audience. Because you're telling a true story. You're not telling what you think is a true story or a fictional tale. There's a big difference. It's everything between
was a gangster.
Applause
I was
and no
more scared
applause.
of my mom than my dad. Look at
You really
look at
did
the
it,
afro though. Look at the afro.
It's a good
I hated that. Oh, I was so mad. My mom put sponge rollers in my hair the night before, and I was like, "Mom, it's not gonna look right." And look at me, I look like a black Shirley Temple. And she made that dress.
I like it though.
I love it.
Let me tell us why she at first had no plans to do Saturday Night Live.
Tomorrow on Live, join us for a day of fun memories and good cheer when we get the whole family together for Live's family holiday party.
Most of the world feel like weird to me.
And I was like, "Mom, it's not gonna look right." And look at me, I look like a black Shirley Temple.
Shirley Temple.
And she made it
No, you don't. You look like Buckwheat from the Little Rascals is what you look like.
there to go. Oh my God, that is hilarious.
We're just going through hair styling in the 70s and how it was. So we're back with Leslie Jones talking about her new memoir. I'm going to keep saying it because I love saying it. Leslie Blanket
That's because she's gonna
Jones.
get away with it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
And
so
Chris
funny.
Rock.
Okay.
Okay, another name. I'm going to drop another name. Chris Rock wrote the foreword for your book.
Yes.
How long did you guys meet at SNL?
No, me and Chris knew me. Chris has known me forever, ever. You know, I just started in '87, really '93.
Yeah.
I think I met Chris maybe around close to 2000, maybe '97, '96. Whenever I was in New York, and I think and when I first actually started having, because I met his brother actually.
Because when Chris was like doing shit at 16 when I was 20.
Maybe
when I was 19, and I told you that story when I was 19, and Jamie Foxx told me I wasn't really that funny because I need to live life. Well, I was 19, and he said I hadn't lived long enough. Meanwhile, Chris Rock was like 16, and he was killing it. And I'm like, how come you ain't telling him he got to go out and get more life experience? And he said, bitch, because he funny. So by the time I was like 23 or in 93 when I was like 26, and I was starting to get a little bit of attention. I was starting to play bigger clubs and stuff and being funnier and stuff. Chris Rock was already in the game. He was like 23. He was like 3 years younger than me, and he already kind of been successful. I mean, he was on SNL. Like, I'm sitting there finally getting my feet wet in the stand-up world, getting a little bit of attention, and he's already played in front of, thousands of people, and got cast on SNL. He was in New Jack City. He was in Beverly Hills.
Close to 2000, maybe '97, '96. Whenever I was in New York, and I think when I first started in '87, really '93. Yeah. I think I met Chris maybe around close to 2000, maybe '97, '96. Whenever I was in New York, and I think when I first actually started having, because I met his brother actually before I met him, Tony Rock. So we've known each other for a while. He's known me for a while, and he recommended.
Mm-hmm. Bullshit, man. I'm so
like, yo, I ain't gonna make it until somebody
Like these white Jewish men are not going to come to a 6'1", 220-pound black woman and say, you know what, we want you on the show. They're not even going to invite me to. They don't even look at me and think I'm the show's type because that's just how they are. I need you, an alumni, to say, yo, this girl is hot. She's funny in the black community. You don't know that. I don't expect you to know that. And then he said, Lon, you better put her on the show before I cut your dick off, man. I know it's going to take me days to find it, but trust me, I got lots of magnifying glasses and a determination to find shit when I want to. I might have eyes like Helen Keller, but I got determination like Sherlock Holmes, motherfucker. Put this girl on.
I'm funny. I've been out here. You need to. 2000, maybe 97, 96. Whenever I was in New York, and I think and when I first actually.
Come on, fucking shit.
I first actually started having, because I met his brother actually before I met him, Tony Rock. So we've known each other for a while. He's known me for a while.
And he recommended you for some.
Yes, he saw me. Well.
How long did you guys meet at SNL?
No. Me and Chris knew me. Chris has known me forever. You know, I just started in 87, really 93. Yeah. I think I met Chris maybe around close to 2000, maybe 97, 96. Whenever I was in New York, and I think and when I first actually started having, because I met his brother actually before I met him, Tony Rock. So. We've known each other for a while. He's known me for a while.
And he recommended you for some.
Yes, he saw me. Well, he he says in the foreword, if you listen to the foreword, he comes back and goes, I never said she wasn't ready. But he did. He used to say it all the time. But I would chase him. And be like, yo, I ain't gonna make it until somebody like you tell them I'm funny. And it's like, for real, for women, the only way we get in is through men. Like the men go she's funny. That's the only way that they gonna notice me. So why you ain't telling them I'm funny? So he you know, he was like, you're not ready. He was right. I wasn't ready. And when he saw me the night that I was ready, that's when he was like, let me get you. Yeah, let me go call some.
What was the audition for SNL like?
Oh man, I was so cocky, dude.
That's good though, right?
Yeah. I think it was for that moment. It wasn't that I was just cocky. I was very
I was very cocky, but I think for some reason they thought that was part of my character. I was doing this character where I'm this cocky ass one that's yeah, you want to hire me because I'm funny, because I'll do this, and you know what this, and you know this, and I was cocky, but I was also, it was a reaction to my nerves. But at the same time, they thought that was just the character I was coming out it was a character that maybe they saw my cockiness and thought, oh, she's pitching a character that she would do on the show. And they just said, maybe we see this girl being like that ghetto ass girl in some sketches, or being on a game show saying, hey, Vanna, turn that letter better. You know, just being a bully. And she's
be like, yo, I ain't gonna make it until somebody
I think of if you had a talk show called the Ghetto Ass Oprah Show, where you're Oprah's ghetto twin sister. And you have the setup just like her. You're sitting on a chair, you're wearing heels and stuff, but you're really rude to the guests. And asking them really personal questions and calling them liars.
I would chase him and be like, yo, I ain't gonna make it until somebody like you tell them I'm funny. And it's for real, for women, the only way we get in is through men. The men go she's funny. That's the only way that they gonna notice me. So why you ain't telling them I'm funny? So he you know, he was like, you're not ready. He was right. I wasn't ready. And when he saw me the night that I was ready, that's when he was like, let me get you. Yeah, let me go call some.
What was the audition for SNL like?
Oh man, I was so.
I gotta cut this shit out. I'm gonna have to.
And when he saw me the night that I was ready, that's when he was like, let me.
Oh my God.
For SNL like.
Oh.
Boo. Boo.
Let me get you. Yeah, let me go call some.
What was the audition for SNL like?
Oh man, I was so cocky, dude.
That's Buzo, right?
Yeah. I think it was for that moment. It wasn't that I was just cocky. I was very green and didn't like really know what I was getting myself into. And it's just like, and I'm being honest, I flew out to New York to tell them no. Like, I flew out there to go, I'm funny, I've been out here, you need to know about me. And that's really, it was like more of a cocky thing. So
I'll be back to host.
Right. I'll be back when I'm famous.
Right.
Like, just know me now though. And and the audition like was an empty studio, you know, a couple of, so it was like
Lorne Michaels sitting,
and
scowl on his face.
He actually doesn't have a scowl. That's just his face. So he's just like, Leslie Jones. But
it's a good Lorne.
I know, but they have. Oh my God, Bill Hader is the best one. He does the best Lorne. But yeah. So when I saw it, it was really like Friday night at the Comedy Store.
Yeah.
You know, at 1:00. So I was like, yeah, let's go do it. And just went and did my set. I literally did a set. I literally ended my set like, my name is Leslie Jones. Peace. Put the mic on and walked off. Yeah, that's what it is.
And then did he call you?
He didn't call me. He didn't. Well, they kept us for a week. They kept 3 of us for a week, and then we went away, and I think I went and did a gig, and I was going to get my nails done, and Lauren called me, and he's like, well, you know, because they had already picked Sashir. So, I'm thinking they're calling me to, do the letdown thing. Like, oh, we're sorry, and I was like, I'm not going to answer that.